Yeah, good evening, dear Alan Harris, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, the moment has arrived. MGG is going online today, so it's a great pleasure and honor for me that we can present the project today here at the annual meeting of the AMS in Vancouver. The Encyclopedia Die Musik in Geschichte und Gegenwart began publication in 1949. Preliminary planning had already started during the Second World War. This formidable enterprise, initiated by the publisher Karl Vierteler, was correspondingly protracted, comprising finally, we have heard that, over 17 volumes. Friedrich Blume himself, the editor-in-chief, did not live to see it completed. In his epilogue, Paul Henry Lang, just mentioned, Paul Henry Lang reiterated the nature of the Encyclopedia. Its content consists, citation, perforce to a great extent of simple working material, musicological reports, but these volumes contain many larger studies distinguished for their ambitious exploration of important topics. When, quite soon after the project was completed, the decision was made to publish a new edition, the original plan was for a slightly amended reissue. Early on, however, Ludwig Fincher, the editor of the new edition and a major contributor to the first MGG, Ludwig Fincher had to fundamentally rethink this idea, and the updated encyclopedia became a second new and revised edition. Its 29 volumes appeared between 1949 and 2008, complicated by the upheavals in world history after 1989, changes within the profession, and by the digital revolution. As an additional consequence of altered realities, it was now financed not by one, but by two publishers, Bärenreiter in Kassel and J.B. Metzler in Stuttgart. The digital revolution confronts the production and presentation of knowledge with a monumental challenge whose consequences remain to be seen. Meanwhile, the initial euphoria has subsided, while reservations and skepticism about several aspects are on the rise. Although Although the idea of an online version of MGG goes back to 2000, its realization was delayed for various reasons, and it was not until the propitious collaboration with Rome, with its long experience in digital publishing, that the project took shape. Now, at least it is ready, and the long delay has favored, indeed made possible, a series of decisions based on experience only available in a post-pioneer phase of the digital age. MGG Online will also be a new and revised edition of the second MGG, not all at once, but bit by bit. This effectively corresponds to Fincher's concept of a dynamic, ongoing evolution, although now it will unfold in a guided, theoretically never-ending process rather than between the covers of a book. A digital lexicon is itself a living project, which alters, expands, and renews itself continuously. The second print edition, with its 29 volumes, 25,000 pages, 1,500 subject articles, and 16,000 biographical entries written by more than 3,000 authors from 55 countries, is its foundation. The essence of an encyclopedia, as Blume pointed out long ago, the essence is the synoptic presentation of knowledge, which in turn generates more and new knowledge. MGG Online remains true to these tenets. In other words, the process underlying this production of knowledge meets the highest editorial standards that are clearly evident and easily imparted to readers. For this, there are 5 main features for MGG Online. First, basis is the printed version of MGG 2, always available untouched, with some exceptions not present for legal reasons. 2. This is also the basis for a process of revision in 5 different categories. Firstly, chronological amendment. Secondly, really revision. Thirdly, amendment. Fourthly, replacement with a new written article. Fifthly, additions, that means complete new lemmata. 3. MGG Online preserves strictly the standards of a scientific encyclopedia. That does mean, firstly, individual authorship with unambiguously delineated responsibilities. Secondly, well-defined and sophisticated mechanisms for oversight, review, and emendation by multiple supervisory authorities. That does mean editors, editorial directors, specialized consultants, publishers, and so on. Thirdly, orderly hierarchies of knowledge and the knowable. Fourthly, clearly delineated contexts together with consistently straightforward or at any rate understandable specifications regarding quantity and standards of quality. 4. MGG Online, of course, is a work in progress. This is one of the primary challenges of the digital world, whose mastery is now prerequisite to an encyclopedia. Behind this challenge, however, lies a tremendous opportunity which is facilitated by the new research possibilities. To encourage these, indeed to incite them, an exceptionally user-friendly interface has been developed whose functional versatility differs profoundly from the conditions of a printed encyclopedia. And of course, there is a full archive of all earlier versions of an article. 5. MGG is a German language product. Since its original publication, however, the academic world has changed, and with it the role of German as scholarly language. The built-in translation program, all attendant reservations aside, this program makes it usable in many languages. The humanities are multilingual, not incidentally, but in their essence. This is true not only for the sources, but of the scholarship as well. 6. The fundamental principles of the MGG Online enterprise arise from conjoining editorial standards and the digital medium. To manage this unpredictable process and to keep it manageable, the mentioned various levels of amendment and updating have been identified, although these will overlap, merge, and complement each other. MGG Online has a lot of mechanisms for control: the editorial board, the advisory board, the editorial staff. Appreciation is due to everyone who has contributed to this monumental endeavor. The editorial staff, especially Ilka Zürich, the authors, the advisors, and above all, the two publishing firms, Bärenreiter and J.B. Metzler in Kassel and Stuttgart, together with Realm in New York. That does mean especially the publisher, Clement Scheuch, the director, Dr. Wendelin Goebel, the responsible from Metzler, Dr. Oliver Schütze, and the director of Realm, Dr. Barbara Dobbs-Mackenzie, together with her staff, especially Jonathan Greenberg. Included are all authors and board members. Many of them are here today during the conference, and accepting the enormous risks involved, especially at the time of the pointless and perilous diktat of open access, is not only admirable, it is auspicious, with a view to the production of knowledge and its possibilities, also and above all for music. MGG Online is an encyclopedia, digital by virtue of its content and form, which strive through this duality for distinction and preeminence. And, in a special sense, it is global in any respect. This aspiration makes MGG Online a music encyclopedia for the 21st century. Thank you very much.